Most beginners open up Autodesk Robot and freeze. The interface looks complex, but the truth is your first step decides everything. But if you get it wrong, your entire design will fail before you even begin. Therefore, in this video, I will show you how to set up Autodesk Robot from day one. The right way so your structure starts clean, accurate, and professional. So navigate to File on Autodesk Robot, come down to New Project. So you are going to see different type of models which are going to appear before your screen. So we have from designing frames to a single element, which is this, to roof sections, right up to designing full building models. In this tutorial, we are going to start with a full building model. So just navigate to the full building model, which is the first one. So once you choose your model in Autodesk Robot, the first thing you want to set is your project preference. You are going to navigate to Tools on your screen, then down to Preference. Now, the first thing you want to look at is your regional settings. By default, my Autodesk Robot is set to France, but if you are found in any of these regions, meaning in any of these countries, you should select that. Now, I know so many people will be asking, my country isn't found there. For example, only African country I've seen in here is South Africa. So you'll be wondering, what region should I choose? Well, you're going to choose the region where your materials in your country are coming from. For example, in Cameroon, we use francs because the code that is used to design in Cameroon is BIL 91 Mod 99, which is a francs code. And Nigeria is comfortable using Euro code. You're going to choose francs, you can choose Euro code, you can choose any of them. The next is the working language. What language do you want to work in while you are in Autodesk Robot? So in this tutorial, I'm going to use English because we're talking in English. But you can choose the language which you are working in. For example, if you are using French, you can choose Francais. If you are using Spanish, you can use Espanol. So any of them you can choose for your language. There's equally something in Autodesk Robot called printout language, which is the last one. Which language are you going to print out? So if I'm in English and I'm working for a French person, I should print out in Francais. If I'm in English and I'm working for somebody who is in Espanol, I should print out in Spanish, obviously. So for this case, just choose the language which you are going to print out. For example, in my case, I'll print out in French. Once I am done, I'm going to click Accept. And Robot is going to give you a message. The language used in Robot Autodesk Professional has been changed. The program will now close and restart itself to assure proper system operations, which is very important. So once you have set your preference, your Autodesk Robot is going to switch off. So just click on that, and here am I on my desktop. Don't worry, your Autodesk Robot is going to restart by itself. So if it doesn't restart, you restart it, but it's going to keep those same settings. The next thing you're going to look at is your job preference. So we're going to navigate to Tools, down to Job Preference. On Job Preference, we are going to start with Units, which is the first one up here. So we're just going to click on Units and Formats. Now you have two types of unit in Autodesk Robot. We have the metric system and the imperial system. So on the metric system, you are working with meters, millimeters, centimeters, decimeters, all the meters. Okay. While in imperial system, you are working in foot, inches, and all the foot inches. Okay. So that's how you choose. So for my case, I'm choosing metrics because I work with meters, millimeters, centimeters. Okay. Once you're done with that, you're going to move to materials. This is very important. Remember, I told you initially to choose the region where your code comes from under your regional settings. So here is the materials. So if you choose Euro code, you should probably use Euro code for your materials. For my case, I choose francs, so I should be looking for Francais, right? So I'm going to move to Francais. And there are different types here. You can see Swedish, Chinese, and all those. Those are the kind of materials that are available in that area. So for my case, I'm choosing Francais. And in Francais, you're going to have things like concrete. Your concrete will be in béton. Béton is a French word which means concrete in English. So here it's been given by the megapascal. For example, béton 20 means concrete of 20 megapascals. Same, béton 25, concrete of 25 megapascals, and so on and so forth. If you use something like Euro code, let's say for your region, if you use something like Euro code, you're going to have C1215, which means concrete 20-25 megapascals. That's the concrete strength range. That's between 20 and 25 megapascals. Okay, so you can choose the kind of concrete based on your project. For my case, I'm just going to switch back to Francais, and since I design residentials, I'm going to use béton 20. I'm going to skip database. It's not really that too necessary, and come down to design codes. So if you're doing steel structures, you have different type of codes available here. If you're using Euro code, then you know that Euro code 3 is for steel. and these are the revised version. So we have 2005, revised 2013, and it was revised again in 2014. So you probably want to choose the most updated version. So if you are using design, you can choose Eurocode if you're under Eurocode, right? Steel connections, the same thing. If you're using Eurocode, you're under Eurocode, so you choose Eurocode, the most revised version. So if you are designing timber structures and you're using Eurocode, you know that timber is Eurocode 5, which was lastly revised in 2014. So probably you want to use the most updated version, which is 2014. For RC structures, if you're using Eurocode, you know that it's Eurocode 2. For my case, for RC structures, and I choose France as my regional setting as Francais, I'm going to go in for BIOL 91, revised mode 99. But if you use Eurocode, you just have to choose your Eurocode for that project. So it's Eurocode 2 for reinforced concrete. Now, let's go to the most critical aspect, which is geotechnical. That is the foundation. This is very, very critical. If you're using Eurocode, for example, you know that Eurocode 7 is for design of foundations, which is geotechnical. So you are going to be going in for EN 1997, which is geotechnical, and choose the most revised version. If you are somebody like me, which is using the France setting, you should go in for something like GTU or fascicule. But for my case, I'm going in for GTU 1312, which is this. There's one thing to take note of. If your code isn't found on the default, which is here, maybe you're from US and the others, and you're facing that same problem, you should come down to more. On more, you're going to see the American Standard Code, the BS, the CSA, the GTU, the EN. So you can find all the other codes which you did not see on your default, right, in here. To add it to your default, you click on the ACI. Then you're going to use this arrow, which is here. You bring it here and you click OK. So once you're under geotechnical, you want to select the code, you can just click on ACI and that code will be selected. So, but for my case, that's not it, guys. So we are going to change it back to GTU 1312. But once done, you're going to click OK. And now your project has been set up. If you did enjoy this video and you want to book a class or you want to support, you know what to do. See you in the next video.